Hello class, my name is Abraham Penton and this video is on the Fair Labor Standards Act, and here you go. What is the Fair Labor Standards Act? The Fair Labor Standards Act is a federal law which establishes minimum wage, overtime pay eligibility, record keeping, and child labor standards affecting full-time and part-time workers in the private sector and in the federal, state, and local governments. The federal minimum wage provisions are contained in the Federal Labor Standards Act. The federal minimum wage is $7.25 per hour, effective July 24, 2009. Under federal law, employers must post a minimum wage poster. Every employer of employees subject to the Fair Labor Standards Act minimum wage provision must post and keep posted a notice explaining the act in a conspicuous place in all of their establishments so as to permit employees to readily read it. The content of the notice is prescribed by the Wage and Hour Division of the Department of Labor. An approved copy of the minimum wage poster is made available for informational purpose for employers to use as posters. What are the Fair Labor Standards Act's standards for overtime? For all hours worked in excess of 40 during each work week, employees will receive overtime at the rate of 1.5 times the employee's regular rate. Not all employees, however, are required to receive overtime. So who qualifies for exemption from minimum wage and overtime pay? In order for an exemption to apply, an employee's specific job duties and salary must meet all the requirements of the Department of Labor's regulations. Managers must educate themselves regarding this federal act. Strict penalties and fines may be imposed on a company for failing to follow procedure and pay overtime to qualified employees. Typical problems: fixed sum for varying amounts of overtime, a lump sum paid for work performance during overtime hours without regard to the number of overtime hours worked does not qualify as an overtime premium even though the amount of money paid is equal to or greater than the sum owed on a per hour basis. Salary for a work week exceeding
Created using Powtoon.